The next morning, they got us up, and they served breakfast. And after the breakfast, they lined us up outside the barracks. There was maybe 100, 120 out in that particular building. Mostly people from our hometown, a lot of people from neighboring towns, but many of the older people knew older people. But anyhow, as we were lined up and waiting, and suddenly about a half a dozen Nazi officers came up, and they started looking over the group and pointing fingers, do, meaning you. He says, come out. And they came out, and they marched him off. There's about 24 men. And my father was one of them, and some of his friends, and one in particularly who was his best friend, who also had his son there who was exactly my age. We were buddies. Shimi, we called him. His Hebrew name was Shimshon. So I started screaming and crying. I said, Shimi, we will never see them again. I just had this feeling in my gut, and I carried on. And he got very upset with me. He says, oh, shut up. He says, don't say that. They'll be back tonight. You'll see. I said, sure, And for the rest of the day, I was just sort of numb. I didn't know. I didn't care what happens anymore. So we were in Auschwitz for 9 days. And in those 9 days, saw some horrible things going on. But after 9 days, they put us on a train and for about 2 days and 2 nights. And they took us from there, from Auschwitz, which was in Poland, to Mauthausen, which was a notorious camp in Austria.